Right. My AI just changed. It just buzzed the front gate. Thank God you came. How many more
Baddie babies, and welcome back to Baddie Guide. Today we're going to be doing some Baddie Boop Dior nails. As you can see, I already got it started with the hair. We're just going to use that black Saviland gel polish that we usually use, and all the gel polishes we're using today will be Saviland. And then we're just going in with a brown. For this color, I did have to make it. All I did was take all of the brown colors, mix them together, and then added some orange as well, and that made a perfect skin tone color for me. And then I went in with this burgundy color, and with that burgundy color I just started making the hoodie, the shape of it. And then for all of these, we did do 2 coats. I just show you me doing the 1 coat, but all of this is 2 coats. Then we're just gonna go in with the white for her eyes, and these are off portion because it's kind of like her head is tilted, so if it does look a little wonky at first, that is why. And then just do keep in mind, most of all my videos are trust the process videos. Like, it's gonna look wonky at first, but once you get done with it, it's gonna be super cute. And then Baddie Boop's eyebrows are kind of like, I don't know, they're weird shape, but I guess it was good back for the 70s or whatever age group she's from. But her eyebrows are really wonky. I never noticed that at first, but yeah. And then I just went in with whatever color you want to use. You'll just go in with that for the eye first, and then you'll use that exact same color to go over the hair to kind of highlight it. And then I just added that like eyelid portion, that line. Even though her eyelashes that we're gonna do is gonna cover that line, you do want to add that. And then I mixed the skin color with a little bit of white so we could do a little bit of shading, because that right side of her face is gonna be lighter than the left side, so it's kind of like it just makes it pop out more. And then you mix in that middle portion where it's connecting with the darker side with some more of the regular skin color that you made, just so it could all blend in together. Make sure to draw her nose in, and then we're gonna go in with this pink. For me personally, I use the pink since I was using red. You just mix that with the white, and whatever color you get, you can make it to whichever like depth you desire in the color, but you do want to make sure that you curve that just a little bit. And then I overlined that with some white, and I did all that for the hair while it was still wet. Yeah, so just go in while it's still wet. And then I went ahead and outlined her eyes. I was having a little bit of trouble with it, but honestly I just need some new liner brushes more than likely, so I went in and outlined those. Try to do it as thin as possible, and then with that outline I just added the black portion of the pupil. Once you're done and dried with that, you're just gonna go ahead and add your top and bottom lashes. Yes, top and bottom. And the eye closest on the right has lashes all the way around the eye. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how her eyelashes are. So you're gonna go ahead and do eyelashes all the way around the eye, and then we're just gonna add that part with the skin color that we had, and we're gonna do it kind of sideways because like I said, her head is sideways. And then we're just gonna go in and matte that. Now for the coat portion, my camera did end up cutting off, but all I did was some white triangles and with practically a V shape with the eye in the middle, and then just make it into a triangle. And then for these hearts, it did not end up like this, but this is how I started out doing it. I had a different idea in mind and it did not work out, so I just ended up swirling those hearts around to kind of make like a, I don't know what type of effect it is, but I ended up swirling them around. And then once I was done swirling them around, I went a whole entire different direction with it. Oh yeah, and then if you do want to see how I got my base colors for for the base of this nail art, I could put it in a separate video. Just let me know if you guys want it or not. But yeah, it's a little bit of gradient, and then we have different shades of red. If you're not going to do red, you could just use whichever shade you like. If you're doing green or blue, just make sure you have a couple different shades of it to achieve practically the same look. And then, like I said, I'm just going in here and swirling it around. At first, I wanted the hearts to like elongate around each other, but that did not work out. So maybe I'll just have to try it again next time. But this is what I came up with, and then I added extra on top of it, which you'll see in a second here. And we're going ahead and starting our Dior nail. For this, the whole bottom part is going to be matte, so we are just going in with a top coat. Once you go in with that top coat, you are going to do a second and third layer. The second layer is going to be a black mixed with top coat, and then a red mixed with top coat. Once you're done with that, you see how I just filled in the middle parts with matte so that only the letters could stand out, so you get like that little crazy Dior type style. And then for the index and ring fingers, it's going to be a bandana type style. So I chose, once again, I mixed that like burgundy color I had with white, and it came with this pink, which at first I was like, oh, pink isn't gonna tie into this, but it honestly worked out so great since her lips are kind of pink, and since I do have it on two different nails, it kind of just combined. So that made our main colors the burgundy reddish type color, the pink, and the black, which I think made it so perfect. And then yeah, you're just practically just doing those little swooshes of the bandana, and then I added extra stuff like stars and then like a ghost bandana piece, and you're doing that for both nails. I think it came out pretty good, if I do say so myself. Like I said, I just need some better liner brushes, because all I did for this was wipe off the white Savvy Land liner brush and got to going with the colors that I had. But this is probably the best way for you to do it. And then I added spikes on this one. Just look at any bandana or pull it up on Pinterest and kind of try to copy or make it your own. That's how I made my bandana print. Actually, the one that I originally was gonna go for was two-tone, but I was like, let me take this somewhere different. So this is what I got for that, and I'm just adding the dots around the little bandana portion. It is so cute. I'm so happy with how that came out. Yep. And then over the hearts, we're just gonna go ahead and add glue, because at this point I already matte coated everything else. So we're gonna add glue to the hearts, and then on the index and the ring finger, we're just gonna add some clear top coat. And then for the Baddie Boop part, we're gonna add top coat to that background portion, the clear top coat, to make her pop out more as a character, because she is already in matte, because we want her to be matted out so that her skin tone and everything evens out, since we did blend it. And matte just looks better on characters in general. And then you see me, like, I was going over that with the clear, but I just ended up going over the whole index and the ring finger with the clear, and it came out with a really cute ending, which you'll see here in just a second. This is the final result. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you next time on Baddie Guide.